Alright, good day class. Good day class. Today we are looking at the perimeter of the plane shape. In our last week lesson, last week, Friday, we started by studying plane shapes. That is so. We said plane shapes are either irregular shapes or irregular shapes. And we saw some examples of plane shapes. Like what? Square, rectangle, and so on and so forth. Now we're looking at the perimeter of a plane shape. When we talk about perimeter, if you are asked to discover or solve the perimeter of a shape, look this way. This calendar. What shape is this? It's a rectangle, right? So if I tell you to give me, okay, let's use this board. This white marker, what shape is this? Is this a square? A rectangle, because from last week we saw some properties of a square. There's a difference between a square and a rectangle. This is not a square. Why? Why is it not a square? Because a square has all the sides equal. But for a rectangle, you just have the opposite sides equal. If you measure it, this length, is it the same as this? Good. So because it's not the same, this place is longer, that makes it a rectangle. Now when you are asked to solve the perimeter of any plane shape, don't forget we say a plane shape is a shape that you can see the length, the breadth. That also, okay. Now if you ask to solve the perimeter of this shape, what am I asking you to do? Tell me the area that covers it, the distance is covered, the border around it. Are you seeing it now? Yeah, I said perimeter of a shape is the total length of a border around a shape or an area. It is the distance of the outer boundary of the plane shape or the plane figure. Now, for a square, don't forget this is how a square looks like, right? All sides are equal. Is my diagram correct? All sides has to be equal. Right? Is it correct? Yes. Okay. And if you look at a square, it has all sides equal. Therefore, we can label just one side. We can call here length. Whatever length, whatever is the number here, is the same for this, this, and this. So they are all length, length, length. Now, when we want to solve for the perimeter of this square, we have to sum up the four sides. That's what we have here. Length plus length plus length plus length in either centimeters or meters. Is that clear? So when I ask you, give me the perimeter of a square, I will give you maybe this side as 2 centimeters. What will be the perimeter? 8. Good. 2 times 4, because you are adding up the 4 places here. 2, 2, 2, 2. So 4 times the length that is given is the formula for the perimeter. So you can now simply say, okay, perimeter of a square is equals to 4. Yes. Is it clear? Wait, don't draw it entirely. Told you that. Are we clear with that? Now the next shape there is the rectangle or parallelogram. Okay, now let's look at the rectangle. But don't forget the rectangle and the parallelogram, they are the same. They have the shape. Just that the difference is, if this was a rectangle, it would be slanted. Is that not so? That's what we did now when we were drawing the different shapes in our last class. Okay? So for the rectangle, don't forget, let me draw it. This is a rectangle, for example, the board that we have. Because, stop writing, look up. Because all the sides are not equal, so they have different labeling. This side is the length, we now have the length and the breadth. Are you seeing it? So we now have the length and this is the length. If here is length, what will this place also be? Length. If here is breadth, what will here be? Breadth. Yes, breadth. Yes. So what do you think the perimeter will be? It will now be, the perimeter P will now be 2 length plus what? 2 breadth. Is that also? Which should now be equal to 2 bracket length plus breadth. Is it clear? For the square, they are all lengths. So it's now 4 lengths. 4 times the length that is given. But for either a rectangle or a parallelogram, it is 2 lengths because that will sum it up. This plus this plus this plus this. You have a question?
One minute. How will we just get the number that is 2? How we telling it by like 2? Like the length, what number is 1 length?
You will be given now.
They don't give us in this one.
Yes, you are not giving yet. You just have to know the formula first. You understand? You have to know the formula first. Don't forget this is a rectangle. Parallelogram will be like this, right? Slanted. So we also have length, breadth. Don't worry, let's just first of all find out the formula. And when it's time to solve, you need to solve. Okay, now for a triangle, perimeter of a triangle is the sum of all the sides that you are given. You have to sum it up. Sum of all the sides you are given. Yeah? So write down before we solve some examples. Now we want to do some examples now. We want to give you numbers. So write down quickly. Can I erase it, please? God's benefit. Can I erase? So you just want to draw the shape, right? You are done with the right. Are you done with the right? solve and give it to us as 42. So we have to look for the width, which is the same thing as the breadth. Are you seeing it now? So what is the formula for perimeter of a rectangle? We have it that P is equal to what?
P equals
2 bracket L plus B. Is that not so?
Yes.
So we have the perimeter. What did they give us as the perimeter already? 42 centimeter. The length as what? 13.5 centimeter. And the breadth is what? Unknown. That's what we are asked to look for. Is that not so? So we move on. So in place of P here, we'll now put what? 42. 42. How does it say it? So we now say, look at the board, don't write anything. 42 is now equal to 2 times the length 13.5 plus breadth. Are you seeing it? So what do we do here? So we are going to first of all remove these 2 by dividing both sides by what? By 2. So when we divide here by 2, we divide here by 2. So when we divide here by 2, this takes this away. So 2 divided by 42 is what? 21. So now 21 is equal to 13.5 plus B. So what do we do next? We collect like terms. We move 13.5 this way. So we now have it that 21 minus 13.5 is equal to the breadth. Is it clear? So we now have it that the breadth. So what is the breadth? 21 minus 13.5 is what? Here. It has to come this way. 13.5. So let's assume this is 0.0. Eh? It doesn't have. That also, because we have to balance it. This point makes it kobo. Kobo. If it was money, this would have been kobo. Then this would be the naira. Abi? So 21.0, 13.5. So 0 minus 5. Now borrow from me, Abi? When you borrow, now becomes 10. Abi? This one now becomes 0. Abi? 10 minus 5 is what? 5 points. Abi? 0 minus 3. Cannot. Now borrow from me, now become 10. Abi? 10 minus 3. 7. This is 1. 1 minus 1. 0. So now I have 7. Is it clear? So the breadth here is 7.5 what? What are we working with? Centimeter, right? Is it clear? Let's do the next one. Can I clean them? Okay? Next one is to calculate the perimeter of a square. Solution number 2. So perimeter of a square is 4L. Don't write to look up. 4L, right? And okay. So P is 4 times what? 7 over 1 over 4. Abi? This is a mixed fraction. You have to convert it to proper fraction. So what do you do it?
4 times 7 plus 2.
Okay, which is what?
Which is 9.
4 times 7 is what?
40.
Plus 1. 9 over 4. Okay, this over 4 now. 4 can be divided this 4, right?
Yes.
That also.
Yes.
So when 4, that's what this 4. So we have P as what? 29. This meter they gave to us 13 meter. Perimeter of a parallelogram is 96. Find its longer side if its shorter side is 18 cm. What is the longer side? Usually the L, right? L, the length. Then the shorter side are the breadth. So just like the way we did number 1. Is that also? Because rectangle and perimeter and parallelogram, they have the same formula. Is that also?
Yeah, the parallelogram, two opposite sides.
So can you try it for me by yourself? Okay. Write down the example I gave to you on the board and try number 3 on your own. The perimeter has already been given. Okay, I'm impressed. You all got it correctly. That's to show that you understand it very well. Okay. So let me give you an assignment because our time is not going. So write down. The perimeter of a rectangle, that's the very one. Perimeter of a rectangle is 24 cm. 24 cm of a rectangle is 24 cm. Full stop. Yes. If the sum of 3 sides is 17 cm, if the sum of 3 sides is 17 cm, find 4th side.
If the sum of 3 sides.
Yes, the 17 cm, find the 4th side.